Hi. Today has really put a lot of thought in me about the concept of doing something that you want to do, something that you enjoy doing. Because when you start to do something you enjoy doing, that is true, that you don't work another day in your life and you're able to do some absolutely amazing things. My name is Mark Anthony DuBose Jr., and I was born July 4th of 1986. Today, it's been a very interesting day because it's another day of a first day of something that I feel like I've never been able to do before. That today is a first of the first that I can continue to keep doing this every day. And that is doing something that I enjoy doing, which is working with some dogs. I enjoy working with some dogs. Not only just that, but working with my own animals out here. And even work with these chickens back here to get them to do what it is that I need them to do. That I greatly appreciate being able to have what I have and being able to do what I do. But at the same time, it's not like anybody told me to do it. I figured out how to do it on myself, and I figured out how to do it on my own. And I started just working at it to be able to get better at it, to be able to get to the point that I'm at today. That I feel like a lot of us are out here just constantly feeling like we're in the need to try and get someone else to tell us what to do. Get someone else to kind of join us on the mission of what it is that we're doing. Get someone else to kind of like, be a partner, or else you just don't want to do it. Instead of just going out and just doing it yourself and making it happen yourself and just saying that I'm gonna follow through with this. And I'm not gonna listen to what anybody else has to say. I think we get challenged today as a people with always feeling like we need to follow somebody, need to be around somebody, need to do something. Hey, May, let's get down. Need to be someone else to be with us and do something with us so that we can be able to do it. Then I'm going to say you can do everything that you want to do all by yourself. And the more that you try to put on to someone else to try to get what you want to get done, the more that you're never going to actually follow through and actually start doing what it is that you want to do. That I feel like I don't feel like it. I know I started something new yesterday and started to do something different that I really enjoy doing, but it comes with a learning curve to be able to get it done, to be able to make it happen. And I feel like a lot of us just don't do that. We just think we want to do something and we may dabble at it for a second and try to get into it, but then we just don't actually follow through because we realize it's actually very challenging to get started what it is that we want to do. And I feel like that's the reason why a lot of us like to do it with somebody else, because we don't want to maybe seem like a failure by ourselves, that we want someone else next to us to say fail with us. But at the other side of that, of having someone else kind of push it along for us so that we could just be the follower and just be there when they succeed at it, that it's almost like we succeeded at it as well. I feel like a lot of things that we do, we need to just stop focusing on what someone else is doing and where someone else is going. Just start doing what it is that we want to do. I'm telling you, things have really changed in my life and really have upgraded in my life and really come to a different way in my life when I decided to just do what it is that I want to do. That I want to come out and I want to raise some animals. I want to come out and I want to raise some work some dogs. I came out and I want to be a farming man with some livestock and start to figure out how to manage them and get around them and work with them. That I decided I wanted to do that, so I decided to just get it done and make it happen myself. I decided that I want to figure out how to make some music, so I'm going to get what I need to get it, make it happen, and do it, get it done myself. I feel like I need to start making some videos. So I got out and I just decided to get the camera and put it up, set it up, get it going and make it happen and just do it myself. And not worried about what someone else is going to say, what someone else is going to do. Because if I would constantly keep worrying about what someone else has said or do, I'm telling you, I would not do anything that I'm doing today. Because everything that I feel like I do today, in reality, in comparison to everyone that I have around my circle, that I had to change it up because everyone that was near me would say that everything that I'm doing today is just stupid. It's just ridiculous. It's just like, you can't do that. You're not going to make it at that. That's not going to do anything for you. That's not going to provide anything for you. That's just meaningless. That's not going to go anywhere. Nothing's going to come from that. And it's a very interesting thing because everything I'm doing today, I realize it's all working. It's all growing. It's all headed to the direction of being somewhere that more than where I started with. And in reality, everything is going to constantly keep doing that because all I got to do is just show up and just make it happen and put some effort in and have some confidence knowing that I'm going to be able to make it happen. I'm going to get it done. Not being cocky knowing that for sure it's going to make it, but having confidence that if I just keep working at it little by little, I'm going to get better and I'm going to get better. And one day I'm going to be able to have exactly what it is that I want and be able to do exactly what it is that I want to do. And with that, I realize the more and more that I keep on working and focusing my energy and my time on things that I want to do as opposed to things that other people want to do, I notice that my life just starts becoming more like what I want and not what I see someone else have and what someone else wants. Because I can always compare my life to what someone else is doing, what anyone else has on this planet, and look at myself and think like, well, I don't have that, so I must not be doing good enough. As opposed to just looking at what it is that I do have and my skill set and even materialistic things that I do currently own and currently have and currently being able to take care of, that I can say I have what I have and I don't care what they have. And I feel like a lot of us really need to start to just get into that understanding of life. Stop worrying about what someone else has and start worrying about what it is that you have and start doing what it is that you need to do. And stop trying to focus on what those people are and what those people have and what those people are all about, and just start focusing on what it is that you need to start taking care of. And start taking care of it and getting it done right now and getting done and making an action and putting in plan to start doing it right now. And stop trying to put it off and wait later and do later, because there's something in me that's just kind of like almost saddens me, but excites me at the same time. But but working with some people, when I realize majority of the people I work for are fairly older than me. They're more than double my age. Some are just about triple my age. And they're a lot older than me, and it makes me just look at it like, man, I'm right there. I'm close by. I'm almost there. And I look at these people, and I'm just like, I want to at least be bare minimum in a setup to be able to be where you're at, where you're taken care of. Your bills are paid. You're not working. You're just hanging out. You're doing whatever you want. You're going where you want. You're vacationing as much as you want. You're paying someone to be able to help you out with working with dogs and everything. It's a very interesting situation. So I like to spend a lot of time with talking to them to learn more about them, because they're doing something that I know that I want to be able to have and be able to be a part of when I get older. Because I don't want to be in a position that I need someone to be able to take care of me. I need someone to be able to manage me. I need someone to be able to handle me. I need someone to pay my bills because I can't keep up with it. I didn't make enough to be able to do enough to be able to make sure that I'm good to go when I get older. That it's just a very, very unfortunate circumstance to be in that. But for me, I want to be able to have more freedom, have more joy, have more passions of making what it is that I'm making and getting out to actually making it happen and actually putting it forward. Because I know that every single day that I wait, every single day that I delay, because I know every single person that I speak to that's more than double my age, they all more likely to look at me like, man, I remember those days. I remember when I was young. I remember when I was able to run around and get it and have fun and do what I wanted to do and make happen what I wanted to make happen. Because you have more energy, you have more youth, you have more excitement behind you to be able to do some things. And because at the same time, you have more excitement to start new things, because you know you got time. Because if you fail, it's all right. You got some time. You could work at it and figure it out, and you got some to be able to make it work. I can't just put all my savings here into this, because then I wouldn't be able to live. I wouldn't be able to eat. I wouldn't be able to survive. So it's something that I feel like a lot of us really need to take a good hard look at what it is that we're doing, knowing that what we do today is going to come to what happens to us in the future and in the end of our life. That we need to start making sure that we're putting steps together. Hey Johnny, let's get down. Let's get down. We need to start making sure that we need to make sure, Johnny, down. We need to make sure that we're putting steps together to be able to have the future that we're looking for, and not the future that someone else wants, and someone else has, and someone else desires. Because whatever someone else has, I'm telling you, it's not what's going to be able to bring you your happiness, because it's going to be only just you, your own self in the end. At the end of the ends, when everything comes down to just the last of the last, it's only you. You're not going to be like, oh, look, that person, I was with that person. Oh, over there, I went to this person, I went with that person. None of that matters. It only matters what it is that you did. And if you just sit every single day right now, just sitting back, it's interesting that he chants and the chickens got quiet. But it's interesting that you can just sit back and you don't do anything. You don't put any action and you don't put any motions in on doing the things that you want to do. You're going to end up in a very sad, I feel like, situation in the end, knowing that you just didn't do anything that you wanted to do. You just worked for somebody. You just did that your whole life and didn't feel like you ever got anything done. You never were able to help anybody. You never able to be in a position to be able to make sure that you have an overabundance to be able to help other people to do things on this planet. Hey, Johnny, down. Down. My boy Johnny, man, is testing me today because he's excited to go get these chickens. I've been letting him play with these chickens a lot, and it's something that I just really greatly appreciate being able to do. And it's something that really just excites me at the same time. It excites me to watch my animals work with animals. It's a very interesting thing. You know, I'd never have known that if I would have listened to everybody that told me, Mark, going out there and being on a farm is stupid. Mark, going out there and working with dogs and having more than one is stupid. Mark, going out there and raising some chickens, that's the stupidest thing you could possibly do. If I had listened to all those people that said that to me, every single person that I spoke to said that to me about what it is that I do. That it's stupid, it's nasty, it's pointless. You're not gonna get anywhere with that. If I had listened to all of them, I wouldn't be doing what it is I'm doing. I'm looking at that abundance of food back there. Like I said, now it's starting to finally actually look like food. Like that, they're about processing time almost. That I got another couple of weeks for a couple of them that it's about to be time to start eating here real soon. That I would have never been able to do this. I know everyone's out there when they have something negative to say about me and what it is that I do, and that's just stupid and that is foolish. And then there's gonna come a time in the day, people, I'm telling you, you're not gonna be able to buy no chicken. You're not gonna be able to buy no beef. You're not gonna buy no meat from the store. It's gonna be in there, but you're not gonna be able to pay $100 a pound for some food. And it's just not gonna be accessible to you at all anymore. And I'm just gonna be sitting here eating away, having a good old time, having a good life. Am I gonna be the type of person that's going to be overly pushy with, haha, look what I got and you don't have? No, I'm going to teach you how to be able to get what you need to get, and I'm going to show you how to be able to make what you need to make happen. And hopefully I can be in a position to be able to get you a setup to be able to get going to the way that I've been able to get going. Even though I had to figure out and do it all on myself, I want to help you out to be able to get you set up to be able to make it happen. Like, wouldn't you want to be in a position like that in life instead of just always being in the side of I need, and I can't make it, I'm not surviving, I don't know how to be able to get stuff done? Wouldn't you rather be on the side of I've got an extra, I've got an abundance, I want to be able to help you out, I want to be able to make sure that you're good to go, I want to make sure that you're going to be able to survive? Saying that, This really makes me want to say thank you today. Thank you for a day that this is a first that I've ever been able to do that was so simple, so easy, so laid back, so chill, but yet busy at the same time. But not busy in a way that I don't know, I've just never been able to do it. And I'm just so blessed to be able to be in a position that I am. But else at the same time, I know I'm blessed to be in this position because I'm very, very faithful with what it is that I do. I'm very faithful with what it is that I listen to. I'm very faithful with making sure that I'm putting in action at all times and not just sitting around and sitting still and just not doing anything. That for me, when I like to spend my money, I like to spend my money on something that's going to be able to upgrade my skills. It's going to be able to upgrade my existence. It's going to be able to allow me to do something to build a better talent, to be able to make something to make it just better and better for not just myself, but other people around me as well. That I feel like that's a huge, major change in my life today of what it is that I do. That some things I would say are not so selfish is what it is that I do and how I do things. That I'm making sure that I'm doing something to be able to help someone. I help you out. I don't even know you, but I'm here trying to figure out how to be able to help you out. Because there's going to be some times coming that someone and a lot of people and a whole lot of people are going to need some help. And I don't care what you've done. I don't care where you've been. I don't care what you've ever gone through. I don't even care what you've done to me. I'm here to help you. I'm going to make sure that you're good to go. I'm going to make sure that you're set up to get something done. And I'm just so thankful to be a person to be able to have that understanding, knowing that I don't care what you've done to me. I don't care how mean you were. I don't care how ruthless you were. I don't care how much you tried to damage me. I don't care how much you tried to hurt me. I don't care how much you just try to continue to even still do that to this day. I'm still going to help you out. I still have to do that. I don't have to, but I have to do that. I want to do that. I need to do that because it's just who I am and what I'm able to be able to do out here, knowing that you're going to need something. And I want to be a person to do that. And I don't want to be in a person that's constantly needing. I want to be a person in a position that's able to give. And then being in that position is just the most absolute blessing position to be in on this planet, I feel like. And I'm just so thankful to be able to be in that position because I'm telling you, being on the side of always needing and always feeling lack and always never having enough, it's a horrible way to live. But for me, having a good understanding of knowing who God is and staying faithful to him has allowed me to be able to upgrade my life into a completely different way and a completely different standard. And a standard that when I said, God, I got some dreams and I got some wants and I've got some desires that I want to be able to fulfill. And he says, you sure? And I said, heck yeah. He said, you going to do what you're going to do for it? I said, I'm going to do what I got to do for it. And I'm doing what it is that I need to do. And I'm realizing I'm going to start to be able to be in a position, a way different type of position that soon enough, people, I'll start to share a little bit, I guess, with what it is that I do and how things go and what it is that I'm able to keep on gaining in my life. But it's not time yet. That I'm still testing, I'm still pushing, I'm still being faithful to doing what it is that I need to do. That it's still not there yet. But there's going to be a time in the day that something's going to happen. You're just going to say, there's just no way you did that by yourself, Mark. There's just no way. And I'm going to say, I know, exactly. There's no way I could have done that. Because right now, some things that come to me, it could look like I did it. That I just put it together, that I did this, I put that ad out there, I made the phone calls, I made the emails, and I made it happen. It still kind of maybe looks like that. But to me personally, it doesn't. It looks like something that's just of a spiritual greatness that's just come to me and came to me that's just absolutely amazing. But I'm waiting for that thing to come that's just, you're just going to have to look at it and just say, there's just no way. No way, Mark. Like, no way you did that. I'm going to say, exactly. This is the power of God. This is who he is. This is what he's all about. This is what he's able to bring to you. This is what he's able to offer you. Because he doesn't want you to just survive. He wants you to thrive. And he wants you to thrive to the point to make sure that the other people that are just surviving are able to thrive as well. And that's me. That's what I'm all about, trying to get done and trying to make happen on this planet. And I hope that I can be able to do such a thing for you, even if I don't know you. I don't know your name. I don't know where you're from. I don't know where you come from, what you're doing. I don't know anything about you, but I know one thing, that I'm trying to have things set up to make sure that if something were to happen, you're going to be good to go. And I just want to say thanks and head on out of here and hope that y'all have a great day and a great time and realize to do something. Do something that you want to do. Do something that you need to do. Hey, Johnny, let's get down. Do something that you really, Johnny, sit. You can do that at least. You can just stay in a sit for an hour. You'll be fine. You're such a good boy, man. Oreo, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Do something that you want to do. Do something that you need to do. Do something that excites you. Stop worrying about what someone else has to think about what it is that you're doing, because they don't know you. They don't know what's inside of you. They don't know what you've been dreaming about. They don't know what your passions are. They don't know anything about you. Only you know you. And you got to do something about that. And you got to move forward with that. And you got to make it happen and make it known to the world. Make it known to God. Make it known to yourself that you can do what it is that you want to do. You can do what it is that you really have inside of you, because I'm telling you, you can. Because I'm telling no one, everyone, my whole family, my parents, they will say, the heck you out there raising some chickens and eating your own food and processing your own food. Like, Like, whoever taught you that? Because they all know me. They knew where I came from. They knew where I was about. I never was on no land. I never seen anything. I never saw any farm animals. I never done any of this. But one day I just decided to make a change. And they would all say, I don't know anything about it. And I say, I sure don't. But you know what? I'm going to figure it out. And I have figured it out. And I have been doing this. And I have been very successful at making it happen. And that's because I've just decided to do what it is that I want to do and stop listening to what other people have to say. Stop listening to what people have to say. Just do what you got to do and make it happen.